you have a real chance to take a completely unique photo.
Range Wilson, fitness, comedy, life.
Soon after finishing up my photo shoot with Carly, I packed up my car with whatever would fit and headed south on I-25. It was August 2003 and I was relocating from Colorado Springs to Los Angeles. Along the way, I planned to spend some quality time in the American Southwest. I wanted to both broaden my horizons and take some high-quality photographs. My first stop was Taos, New Mexico. Taos is located on a high mountain plateau, and the surrounding geography gives the sky a unique glow, especially at sunset. Maybe because of the unique geography, or maybe because of various mind-altering substances, the residents of Taos seemed unwilling or unable to carry on a coherent conversation with me. So I mostly kept to myself. The next day, I drove all the way from Taos to the Grand Canyon. Although I enjoyed my stay at the Grand Canyon, the harsh midsummer light was not very good for photography. I tried all sorts of locations without much luck. Mostly I ended up taking photos of other people watching the scenery to try to add some human interest. After a 2-day stay, I packed up and headed towards Page, Arizona. Page is a mandatory stop for any serious photographer visiting the American Southwest. All sorts of scenic vistas are easily accessible from Page, but none is more photogenic than Antelope Canyon. Located on Navajo land and largely unknown until the late 1990s, Antelope Canyon has now become one of the most visited photography sites in the world. You could argue that there are more beautiful sites, but the factor that sets Antelope Canyon apart is that you have a real chance to take a completely unique photo. The light is constantly changing, as are the shapes and colors of the sandstone rock formations. I ended up entranced by Antelope Canyon and spent as much time as I could taking photos there. But I also got the chance to have some fun at a local bar after my first day of shooting. While I was there, I had a nice chat with an inebriated older woman. When I mentioned that I was a photographer, she told me she had recently posed naked for a website that specialized in senior citizen erotica. Although I have no particular problem with that idea, it was not something I was interested in pursuing, either personally or professionally. Later on, I played some pool and video games with a young Native American guy. When I asked him what he did for a living, he gave me a puzzled look and said nothing. His answer surprised me at the time, but I was smart enough not to press the issue. I made it a point later to do some research into the local Indian tribes. When I found out what his ancestors and himself had gone through, his answer no longer surprised me. In any case, after I wrapped up my second day of photography at Antelope Canyon, I traveled on to Bryce Canyon National Park in southern Utah. Early the next morning, I headed to Sunrise Point to photograph the hoodoos. You can find these tall, skinny spires of rock at various locations throughout the American Southwest, but Bryce Canyon has the most impressive collection by far. At first, it looked like my bad luck with the light was going to continue, but finally I got a couple minutes of sunshine that allowed me to take the photo that you see here. I plan to eventually offer this photo for sale on my website, along with several of the Antelope Canyon photos. In the meantime, if you see a photo that you absolutely must have, please contact me using the form on my website, and I will do my best to figure something out. After wrapping up my photo shoot in Bryce Canyon, I packed up my stuff, checked out of my hotel, and headed for Las Vegas. Tune in next time to find out what happens when I spend quality time with 3 young ladies. Until then, like, comment, share, and/or subscribe. My name is Range Wilson, and I'll see you next time.